I wanted to give a quick thanks to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the support. And if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon. I'll link it below. You also have other ways that you can help the channel, and that would be clicking the like button or subscribing to the channel. All of those help us out. Thank you guys. Welcome to the Twisted Tentacle Inn. I'm your innkeeper, and today we'll be discussing black tentacles. Everd's Black Tentacles is a 4th level arcane spell. It's able to be cast by wizards, aberrant mind sorcerers, and Great Old One warlocks. It takes 1 action to cast, has a range of 90 feet, and a 1 minute duration, which requires concentration. This spell affects a 20-foot square, which will become difficult terrain and cause any creature that starts its turn in the area to make a dexterity saving throw, or they're going to take some damage and be restrained. If the creature is restrained by these tentacles, you have to use their action to make a strength or dexterity check in order to escape the restraint. And every time they start their turn in the area while restrained, they automatically are going to take some bludgeoning damage. In a way, it's kind of like Phantasmal Force in that it's deceptively more difficult to escape once you're trapped by it. If you haven't watched my video on Phantasmal Force, I'll go ahead and link it in the video description. What do I mean by it's deceptively more difficult? Well, even if a creature is proficient in strength or dexterity saving throws, they're not going to get their proficiency bonus for their attempt to escape. The creature makes a saving throw to avoid being grappled, but once they're grappled, they don't get a saving throw at all. This means that advantage due to magic resistance, proficiency in dexterity saves, and other bonuses against it aren't going to really apply on subsequent rounds. So I'm going to mention this again because it's important. To escape the grapple, a creature has to use their action and still make a strength or dexterity check. Because the check is not tied to a skill, the creature won't get their proficiency bonus, and since it's not a saving throw, magic resistance won't help them either. Let's take a storm giant, for example. When you cast a spell on a storm giant, they make a dexterity saving throw. They're not proficient, so their bonus is only a +2. On the following round, the giant can use their action to try and break free. Their strength saving throw is a whopping +14, which means that it would easily be able to escape if it were a saving throw. But the spell doesn't require a saving throw. It's a check, which means that the Storm Giant is going to use its normal strength bonus, which is only a +5. That is a huge difference from a +14. And even if you trap a creature that can teleport, once they're grappled, a creature that teleports is still going to be restrained even if they're not in the area. They're just not going to be taking damage every round if they're not in the area of effect. But the restraint condition remains until they succeed their check or until the duration of the spell ends. You can stack this spell with damage spells that target dexterity saving throws and really leverage the restraint condition. For example, if you have creatures that are caught in the tentacles, you might cast a fireball at them, having a bigger chance to deal a little bit more damage. All the restrained creatures are going to have disadvantage on their saves against the fireball since the restraint condition imposes disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. My only dislike of this spell is the small area of effect. If a creature escapes the restraints, they can very easily get out of the area of effect on the same turn. You can do a few things to force a creature back in, like maybe use the Gust cantrip, a few Warlock invocations that allow for that, or doing things that can decrease a creature's movement rate. All that said though, I think this spell is a great control spell, and very few classes have access to it. So if you're playing a class that can take it, I highly recommend that you do so. Otherwise, you may never really get to see it in action. So what are your thoughts on Black Tentacles? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts. And that does it for today's video on Black Tentacles. I do hope this video was helpful. If it was, please consider clicking the like button and subscribing to the channel. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. As always, I'm your innkeeper from the Twisted Tentacle Inn. Check in anytime. I'll talk with you then.
I spent all that time burying him, and you have to go and dig him up. Give me the shirt. Oh, God. Now I'm gonna have to go and bury him again, along with his shirt. Give it. I understand that he was tasty. I thought he was delicious too. But his shirt doesn't taste as good as his flesh. So let's bury the shirt along with the bones and get along with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to send you to your dead room.